how's that? We're gonna have Mental Health Monday, Wacky Story Wednesday, Fashion Friday, Spooky Sunday. Hopefully, we're gonna keep that up. But particularly today is Mental Health Monday, and we're gonna be talking about ADHD. I have ADHD, if you can't tell. In my spot, on my spinning chair, needing to move. Sorry if I keep banging that, I'm a bit close to it. What I didn't realise is the actual mental battle that goes along with ADHD. I always thought, oh yeah, my anxiety and my depression, they're always the ones going to my head and putting me down. The main thing is the not knowing which order to do a task. Like what I actually spoke about in a group the other day, my ADHD group, and we were discussing that you never know which order to do things in. You're always thinking, like say for example, I want to clean the kitchen. Do I wash up? Do I clean the floor? And because there's so many things I could possibly do, that goes into my head. And rather than actually doing anything, I'm thinking about which one to do first. Rather than the tasks at hand, like rather than actually getting on with it, I'm thinking about, do I do that first, which one will be best? That is actually like the main thing I struggle with my ADHD. It gets me really confused and I'm always like overwhelmed by all the tasks at hand because there's no distinctive order to do things and it's really irritating. I get easily irritated because of my ADHD. And that frustration is a lot of the time built up energy. Like I have a lot more energy than most people, so I'm always wanting to do something, and if I can't do something, I get really agitated, like angry if I'm not doing. So if I wake up late in the day, that gets me more down than the average person, which contributes to my depression because I'm not able to do as much as I could have done. Things happen a lot. I'm quite prone to that because I want to stay up later and do. And I think a lot of people with ADHD actually struggle with that because they're always wanting to keep on the go. They stay up late and then the next day. And then the process goes on and on. When did I get diagnosed with ADHD? I actually got diagnosed only last year when I was 19. Normal. Usually people think of a child when they think of ADHD, or a bad kid. People with ADHD aren't bad kids. That's where they originate from. The idea that that person in class isn't following the same conform to the regular way of a classroom. Like I always was told in class when I was younger, you're chatting to the person next to you, or I'd be called the chatterbox, the one always chatting, not listening to the teacher. Even though I was talking away and not listening to the teacher, I'd always get their answers right. I was listening, I was just also talking. Do. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people with ADHD will probably understand this as well. Diagnosed just last year, I also obviously had signs all the way through my life. Right, before I get carried away, what is ADHD? It's attention deficit hyperactive disorder. It isn't exactly clear what causes ADHD, but it does run in families. And my own personal opinion is that it shouldn't really be seen as an illness. It isn't anything, or a disorder. It shouldn't be seen as anything bad because it's just the way of thinking, a way of learning, a way of seeing the world, just in a different way. Not everybody's the same. We need to accept that rather than trying to label all the time. And I think as a world, we're getting a bit obsessed with labels. We always want to put labels on people and be like, you are this, you're this type of person, you're this type of brain, you think this way, so you must be like this. Stereotyping, really. And I stereotyped myself, I think, when I got diagnosed with ADHD. I thought all sorts of things about myself. I must be this, I must be that, I must be like this. No. A lot of people think I can't sit down and listen to someone because of my ADHD. Because I'm always wanting to talk, always wanting to get something out. I can listen. There's a misconception. I can listen all the time. I can take in, give advice. I can do it all. It might be harder for me, but I can do it. boxing it off and being like, this person's this and they think like this, and just need to be more accepting, I think. More accepting of people who don't conform to society the same way. And I think that's a good thing. I think we should celebrate the fact that people don't want to be boxed off, because I feel like a lot of people do nowadays. A lot of people feel content being boxed into a corner. And I want to put my foot down and be like, no, we are us, we are people, we're allowed to be different. We don't need to be put in a box for that to be put across. Babe, you come in?